mic a bit away. Let's move the mic away from my mouth a bit. 2 group walkthroughs, gameplay video of, or playthrough of, or let's play. No, we're on play. Yeah, we're doing a playthrough. Never mind. Playthrough of Metro Exodus. And there's fun. Here we are playing Metro Exodus again. Let's continue. By looking at options and messing with the game volume. Talking. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately you can't miss the sound because I would love speech to be a bit higher. But I'm pretty sure they're taking up the everything is perfect. How we designed the deal. But anyway. Let's turn the volume. Okay, now let's continue. Or we can look at chapters. We now have... Yes, we now have... I think I messed up in the titles. I think I messed up. Okay, I gotta look at. I gotta retile that because that's a different level. I don't know where that level would be though. Unless the introduction is strictly the cutscene. It could be strictly the cutscene. Okay, I'll have to fix that. Well, let's continue.
We stopped 100 clicks from Moscow to check our Geiger counters. The thing is, they are all in the green, as if they're in a conspiracy. Still, this amazing piece of news doesn't really impress anyone that much. The guys are all confused as to what to do next. And I'm just waiting for answers. And hoping the commander, whom until recently I trusted implicitly, is going to be extremely persuasive.
I was expecting an arrow from a cupid, but I got a bullet from an ugly motherfucker instead.
You sure you're okay? Because I know you.
Just so you know, scars attract the ladies.
And there's definitely a lot of those up ahead.
I don't need a lot, really. It's quality that matters.
Alright. Now, if you want to continue with the missions, you can press this button. You can press X.
Andrei Ivanovich, how long have you been working with those jammer people for?
About a year, I guess. At first, they got me to sign up by singing of my experience helping people. Told me about weather stations and mutant migration observers. I was proud to be helping those. Then, about 2 months ago, they loaded a bunch of people onto my Aurora. The guards took them outside and came back alone. Told me they took the people to a nearby station, but I knew it had caved in years ago. A few days later, I was coming back from a run, stopped the train, went and found those people. Soon they understood I saw that ravine. Fed me the usual lies about the spies and whatnot.
Did you believe them?
Well, it sure seemed safer to believe. But then, I just couldn't keep the charade up. Then the security officer told me straight. Whoever you speak to, dies. The whole station dies with him if need be. So, that's how it went. But when I saw you, and then Artyom, I knew I wasn't alone anymore. You can't just keep these things in.
Now I understand why you helped us back then. Thank you.
Don't mention it. God willing, it won't end up being done in vain.
Indeed.
Yes. Have you ever taken a train beyond city borders?
No. Didn't get a chance to go. I used to be a metro train engineer. I worked on the ring line. Ha! What a bore that was. Going round and round all day, round and round, and no real distance either. It used to take less than 30 minutes to make the lap. So I kept dreaming about how good it would be to just leave the metro and work on a real railroad. And travel around Russia, not to run in circles like a rat in a maze. Huh? My wife wouldn't let me. We had kids, too. When I'd start going on about the railroad, about my dream, she'd stop sleeping with me for months in protest. Yes. But when Moscow got hit,
Look, Artyom, you should at least get some of that fresh air. No mask. This is what you've always dreamed about.
You're right.
I'm sorry I interrupted.
it's all right. Don't worry. There's not much left to tell. I was working that day. Irishka was waiting for me in the metro, returning from tram school. So we survived together that day. But in the end, I lost her too. TP. You know how it goes. So, I'm driving here and talking to Tatiana in my head. See, I say, you couldn't stop me for good after all. Here I am, on a real railroad. A real engineer. Tanyusha. I'm sorry I got so emotional there.
They're fine.
Oh, it's my fault. I'm really sorry. And thank you for telling me.
Yeah. Boys like this is what makes life worth living.
Is there any music on the air?
I'll check. Okay, hold right. Well, there's government music. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, very fine.
Artyom, a couple of words.
Right. Come in, boss. How do we get up? There you go. Get up again. Oh, there's a book to read. I'll read a book in a second. Oh, where'd you come to? Oh, there you are. There.
Artyom,
No thanks.
what's done is done. Yes, I didn't stop you from going outside. Yes, I tried to talk you out of it. Yes, I didn't tell you were not the only ones to survive. But even I didn't have the clearance. Not back then. This is a state secret. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I've been granted clearance only after a fight to protect the D6. They said they needed me to teach their recruits because the war was still on.
Right.
Don't you think I was shocked? What did our people in D6 die for? What
Yeah.
did I lose my legs for? But I understood. Because the war was still on. Security was paramount. Our people would have understood. So please, do the same. You would have spilled the beans to everyone in Metro. You're a goddamn Prometheus, a messiah. You must lead the people out of the caves. Do you think you would have saved anyone? Remember that jammer? What if Moscow has been found out because of you? What if there are missiles inbound? Anyways, no matter what they think of me, I'm no deserter and will never become one. I'm ready to bear full responsibility for everything. But if there is even the smallest chance to earn my pardon, I will take it. Which means that we, like a runner that tripped, need to keep running ever faster just to keep balance. And don't dare you trip us all over again. Am I understood?
Yes, sir.
I hope I am. Anyway, at least now we know where to run. So, go back inside and take a look at the map. Our route is pretty obvious now.
Yeah. I mean, we are on a train. And also the arc thing. That. Wait, don't want to stay out of it. Okay, sure. Yes. There we go. Oh, cool. I can open it. Not like back in the old days where the player character couldn't open any doors for reasons, mostly, you know, not being able to make all of this appear because because hardware limitations. So yeah, this mission is just going to be a bunch of talking, or in this game's case, because we're not playing Fallout, a bunch of listening. So, feel free to, and by the way, this game is full of, as you can probably tell by the, last, the last mission, at least, or last level, this game has a ton of where people just stop and talk, which is a way to do lore. You know, I personally, I like it better than Mass Effect's method of simply, you know, putting lore files in this random menu you have in your while paused, so you know you can learn more about the game instead of putting it in the environment. You know, as it's said in novels, it is very tell, not show Mass Effect with its lore. This game is very, very show. All the metros are very, very show. The book I'm working on is a mix. There is lore and dialogue, and you know, lore and text, or lore and you know, explanation, stuff like that. But not much. I keep it so. If you need to know it, you know it. If you don't need to know it, you don't need to know it. And I will tell you. I will tell you later, or you can look up, you know, the lore files later. Which I wonder when this will repeat, unless it's going on for hours. They just need hours of terrain. Let's see what these guys are up to, up front.
Well, I'll be damned. So, dear Moses, can you feel how sweet the air is without a mask?
Yeah.
Or not just sweet.
Very cold.
So many shades of taste it has. A weird feeling, eh, my friend? I remember you telling me how you took your mask off atop a stunken otar. When you homed those missiles in on the dark ones, was the air bitter then? Who
I
knows
didn't remember
though?
that way.
Had you not launched those missiles, you'd probably never have climbed that building or received that signal. Life
Indeed.
is weird, huh? One random event drags another with it, like links in a chain. And you are pulling that chain out of a deep, dark well.
Yep.
The links emerge from the dark water. And what drink is in that bucket that's on the end of the chain? That's a mystery.
Indeed.
That's what I often think about when facing a choice. You can't drop the chain either. You always have to drink from that bucket. Well, bottoms up, I suppose.
Indeed, or you can
So,
test it.
how does it feel to be the Moses who yanked on this particular chain? Is it dumb to think about such things when all I ever did in life was carry out orders? Well, I'm not called idiot for nothing. Still, I would like to know what's on the end of your chain.
Indeed. But you know who the real fools are? Are the ones that call you an idiot. Because you offer less for my
If
friend.
there's no radiation, that means we could bring everyone out of Moscow.
It doesn't matter if there's radiation or not, Comrade American. The citizens of Moscow will have to stay put.
But why? We're just a short way from the city. And the radiation's gone.
Things might have been that easy in your America, but life has never been so easy here. Even now, we woke up saviors of the metro, and by lunchtime, we're enemy spies, saboteurs, train thieves. And what for? Something we thought was true turned out to be a lie. And that is enough for them to want us dead.
The Hansa bosses must have known that we could live up here. But the public didn't know that. Who'd want to stay down in the metro if we told them?
That's the commonest way of
We
thinking, my
cannot
friend.
tell them. If they are ready to make mincemeat out of old ladies and kids to keep their secret, what do you think would they do to you, Uncle Sam? Huh? We can't go back. We can't use radio. Remember the jammers? And even if you pull a perfect Rambo and break through back into the metro,
I can just
Do you
take over the
expect
bases.
they all just believe you and go, yes, Moses, lead us out of this Egypt? Can you even imagine the death toll? Take your average station dwellers. Even if the Hansa guards didn't shoot them, how far would they get? Right to the nearest mutant den, most likely. We are safe here, speeding along on this Eastern Express. They are not as lucky. Not at all.
Well, what if there was a proper evacuation?
And who would do that? Hansa's people? The ones that kept us under lock and key for 20 years? Or us too? Besides, getting the people out of Moscow is not the end of it. You have to settle them somewhere, provide food. No, I do get where you're coming from, but this matter is way more complex than it seems.
I guess you're right. All this clean air went to my head.
Yeah, I mean, they're safe for now, kind of.
So, wait, does this mean the Colonel was in the know?
His rank does seem to suggest that. Besides, he led negotiations with Hansa. Where would we be without them after the D6 debacle? They gave us weapons and recruits to replenish our losses. We, on the other hand, our competence does not stretch beyond thinking cozy thoughts and keeping the fools in the metro from killing each other off. Remember, if not us, then who?
You are too smart for your own good, idiot. Hey, Demir, I've been thinking. How far are we gonna go?
No masks needed. The railroad runs through the whole country. As far as we want, I reckon. As for Yamantau, it's about 2,000 clicks away.
No, I mean, how far can we get with the fuel we have? What's this machine's mileage?
Aha, that. Yeah, it certainly is a coal guzzler, this thing. Then again, there should be coal stores at every station. And if we don't find any, we could still burn firewood.
I mean, it is Siberia. You have snow, and you have forest.
You see, I made a mistake of stocking up on filters. While I could have gotten a whole bunch of MREs for the same ammo, or a new hazard suit, I wish I'd known there'd be no need for them.
Well, there still might be. I could use them.
The corporal sold them way too hard, that bastard. Get them while they last. He even gave me a book as a free extra. Quotations from Chairman Mao. Do you know this writer? Mao?
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
the Chinese.
Like a fool with the stupid book and the filters, while we could really use that meal-grade ammo now. You never know who or what we might meet.
Indeed.
That is You're not giving the book enough credit. At the very least, it contains a whole world of wisdom on fighting the war against the imperialism.
Hey, you're communist.
Which we might encounter on the way, even though so far we just seem to be fighting our own.
Yeah, Anna's pulling no punches this time. Perhaps she shouldn't have. It's not like the Colonel understands everything. Who's in the right here?
Whoever's not wrong, obviously.
Well, who's not wrong then?
He who does nothing and says nothing too.
Give me a break. Who's in the right now?
Everybody is, brother. And nobody.
I shouldn't have asked.
Oh come on, he's funny.
I am not bothered when I'm not understood. I am bothered when I don't understand.
There is a good point, my friend. I guess we're going to call you smart guy. That is a better title than idiot. But anyway. I guess maybe we should teach him more about how America's not imperialist. Everyone is in the Union because of they volunteered. Unlike an empire where you don't volunteer. And you can leave freely. Oh wait, we could do that before Civil War. Never mind. But man, the lighting, which by the way I should mention, and Dan Q's LP, the lighting was a bit different. It was brighter, as in it was late morning instead of this being more early morning. We're going east. Yes, this is morning. Which, by the way, to me, morning and evening do have a different. Well, dawn and dusk, you can tell the difference. Dusk is usually darker than dawn. Dusk is usually more orange, while dawn is more yellow, pretty much. You know, dusk is purple, or evening is purple. Early morning is a light blue, and stuff like that. Whether or not getting developer would get right is nothing entirely.
So, how did you like that fresh air?
Nice.
Out of this world, isn't it?
I mean, it should be of this world, but you know. Oh wait, book. Oh, wait, we still need to read stuff. When I got a second to just spend like, an hour reading stuff, I will. We'll do it one day. An in-game menu. We will read all this one day. Okay, I'll go through this slowly. So they call the AK-74, sorry, the Kalash. The Kalash, that makes sense. Instead of Kalashnikov. Shambler is the pneumatic gun. Basically, it's an air gun that kills people. It's a very Lewis and Clark and slightly before idea. Yes, air guns are that old. Lethal air guns were essentially extremely rare science fiction tech. You know, in like in the colonial era when they were invented, whenever that was. I actually don't know the century when they were invented. But yeah, air guns are old, and when they were first used, they were used as an alternative to guns, where it was a long, complicated reload. When you only got one shot, but with a pneumatic gun, you got like a dozen shots, and as long as you could keep pressure, which is insanely difficult when you don't have more technology. Sorry. I was listening to you. But when you have, you know, again, like 1800s technology, it's hard to maintain a seal and stuff like that, pressure. And you have to pump it like 1,000 times. It's nice. And by the way, I probably exaggerate the ammo and pump stats, but you get the idea. So airsoft, you know, basically, you could have played airsoft in real war. That would be interesting. But yeah. I forget, but I think Assassin's Creed had an air gun at one point because stealth. Pretty sure. Again, I'll go through these slowly so you can pause and read them. We'll read them one day, but these are huge. These are long. Which, by the way, the launch edition comes with, or maybe it's not even the launch edition. It's just the Xbox version of the game, which you can get at GameStop, the physical version. Comes with a little sheet which gives you the monsters' names in Romanized Russian, or at least it looks Russian-esque. Font, or not? Well, monsters is a bit mean, but yeah, creatures. You know, names in the different seasons. Expedition is where they come from, okay. Oh, wait, did you read it? Oh, that's a bit spoilerly. Kind of. Oh, yeah, that's what Hansa is, okay. I forgot. I confused them with the Reds. Although that's a pretty apt confusion, considering all things considered. Okay. stop messing up. So much dialogue. Ah, I chose this nickname, okay. Yeah, he chose it to be humble. And of a Russian, of a Russian writer, he would appear, if I had to guess. Which, by the way, I should mention, this is not a Russian game, as you might have expected, as the Russian game industry can be either good or terrible. I think you can say that about every nation's game industry. But yeah, pretty much you got good Russian games. You got War Thunder. You got Wolf Tanks. You got bad Russian games that belong on Steam and nowhere else. They don't belong on Steam. And that's it. Oh, whoops. I'll probably read this off camera, just to familiarize myself with the universe. You can read them now. I'm uploading this in 1080p. Right, from the NBC guard detail, that makes sense, okay. I have a feeling this will be updated as we continue through the game. It might not be. We'll see. But yeah. I mean, one of my favorite games of all time. That's not Wolf Tanks. Is Tetris, and that is a Soviet game. Albeit it had nothing to do with the Soviet Union, other than it was developed because of the pressures put on the people by the government. But yeah. Yeah, I need that. Sorry about the title. Alright, so that's all that. Could read that now, but I need to do more things today. So I'll come back and read it when I got time. Probably, maybe at the end of the game, maybe. We'll read all this stuff. Oh, that'd be interesting.